Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Friday. And thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe or WWE Superstars. And today on the channel, guys, we're going to be heading back to Series 7 to look at two new figures in the line, which is Captain Lou and Vader. And of course, there were two repeats from Series 6, which was Piper, Roddy Piper, and Hulk Hogan. Now, today's review will be focused mostly on Captain Lou today. And at the end of the video, we'll do a little refresher of Roddy Piper. I already did a review on him on the channel about a month ago. So if you wish, please, if you are new to the channel, please go back and check it out and see your thoughts and feelings. And thank you for doing that. But today it will be mostly Captain Lou. And then tomorrow we'll look at Vader, for the most of the review, and we'll do a little recap, a little refresher of Hulk Hogan. All right. Of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you hit that like button, and thank you for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things WWE Superstars, or, of course, Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at Captain Lou. All right. Here he is. There's old Captain Lou right here. All right. So you have, once again, you have the SuperStars logo here. WWE, you got the Mattel. All right. There's old Captain Lou in the background right there. There he is. All right. And I do believe I think if memory was, serves me, didn't he play Super Mario in the Super Mario Super Show? I think he was the Mario in that old TV show. I think that was it. I think this is him. I believe. Now I believe he was a manager. Now, as far as my knowledge, in the wrestling world for Captain Lou, I'm sure he was probably like a Hall of Famer, an iconic manager. But I don't really remember him as far as when I watched wrestling. I think he was kind of leaving or going out when I was kind of, getting interested in watching wrestling. So my knowledge is very limited. I don't think I remember him. And he was part of that Cyndi Lauper Girls Want to Have Fun video as the dad, I believe. Cyndi Lauper was pretty popular back in the 80s. I think he was a manager in the 80s, the early 80s now. Now, the figure itself, before we get any further about, the character of Captain Lou, I love the detail of him right here. I love the soft good shirt right there. I even like he's got the little cross right there, little wooden cross. I like his image right there on his t-shirt, which does not show on his artwork right here, which is kind of interesting. I like that. And soft good pants, everything I really like. It's really cool. The detail is amazing. I love it. All right. He's got this beautiful, like, kind of Hawaiian shirt on, and got the soft good pants. One thing I will say about this line, and I will talk about more about this line later in the end of the video about my feelings about this line, right? And all, and moving forward, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but there's no fault at all of these figures here. These figures are greatly detailed, and they have nice soft goods, which I'm a big fan of. Of course, you see the backdrop right there, the fans right there screaming and having some fun right there. There's Captain Lou. Of course, the back right here, Series 7 right there. And there he is once again. There's some of his famous quotes, I guess. All right. And, of course, the cross-sell of the other figures. And there's old Piper and Hogan once again, being pulled from Series 6 to now Series 7. Of course, we did see this. This is, no stranger. We did see this from Series 4 to 5 with The Rock and Macho Man. If you remember, Rock and Macho Man shared Series 4 and 5. All right. So, but I love these characters. These figures are really good. They're really detailed. They have that origin, sorry guys, that origins-based style and look and feel to them. And the body types are very different, which I love. Now, as far as his accessories, I don't know for sure what he has included with his accessories. It looks like some sort of belt or something like that. It's something blue right there. Of course, as a collector, I'm only an inbox collector only from this line. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later of why I'm only an inbox collector. Because this line, as you know, is a not it's a very challenging, very frustrating line to collect for. And so I'll say that for now, and I'll give you some of my thoughts about this line near the end of the video again. But there's no fault of the figures themselves. The figures are detailed beautifully. They have that Origins-based style and feel, that plug-and-play look that we also love for the Master Universe line from Origins, from the Turtles Grayskull, from the Vintage line to the Cartoon Collection, even from the Master WWE Universe. And of course, the Thundercats line we should be getting hopefully next year. So it's no fault of all of these figures here. These amazing characters and stuff like that. It's just the overall distribution of this line which fails completely. All right, but there's no fault of Captain Lou. I love his style. I love his look. Or I assume I'm right about him being Super Mario. Let me know in the comments below if you have been any of a big wrestler fan. If you know the history of Captain Lou, if he was Super Mario in the Super Mario All-Stars or Super Show. All right, but the figure is great. These details are amazing. I love the soft good looks and feel. It looks perfect, It would be nice, because I do remember him having for some reason, I don't know the gimmick of the rubber bands on his face, right? These little rubber band on his chin right there. And of course, on his goatee. I'm not sure, I don't know the history about that. But it looks great. It would be nice to have some real, rubber bands around him. I think that would be a nice touch. But an all-around, an amazing figure, and a really cool character. Like I said, I don't know the history of Captain Lou as far as, I think he was a manager, but I don't know who he managed, basically what I'm trying to say. But the figure looks great. I love that his on his t-shirt right there, a little image of him right there. But very cool, very cool. See, little white boots right there. If you do have this character in your collection loose, let me know what he comes with. Maybe it's an extra t-shirt, probably. And probably some extra hands. Alright, now moving on to Roddy Piper here, which will be a little recap, a little refresh for us. Everybody's new. There's old Piper here. He is part of Series 6. Now, this figure is Series 6, not Series 7. Now, as far as the series are concerned, between Series 7 and Series 6, I believe, because he did with The Rock and Macho Man from Series 4 and 5, it was the same exact packaging, the same exact figure. There's no differences. They didn't try to change it up and stuff like that. So I believe that this Piper is probably no different, along with that Hogan. No differences between Series 6 and Series 7, Piper and Hogan. It's the same exact figure. Only difference is in the packaging, where one will have Series 6 on the top corner and one will have Series 7, basically. That is it. No differences, no change, which is kind of a letdown, being this brand and this, a wide range of figures that, I guess maybe they don't have the rights to some of these figures. They have to get the rights to first, maybe, before they can move and proceed on to give us new figures. Sometimes they have a snag, and so maybe that's it. I don't know why. But with the range of figures that we can get, from this history of WWE, WCW, you would think they would give us new figures all the time, but occasionally that's not the case. But Piper is still an amazing Hall of Famer. Okay, you got the WWE SuperStars, the Mattel logo. There's old Piper again. You got the soft good hot rod shirt. You got his looks like a very pliable plastic kilt right there. No diagram here. No WWE, no WCW, image on the, or WWF image of the microphone, which is your plain Jane black microphone. Got the Piper, Roddy Piper. You got RP on his boots right there. All right. Of course, he comes with extra hands. Once again, you have the crowd, all right, cheering on old Piper right there. Of course, once again, you have Series 6, not Series 7, but I do believe, like I said earlier, about Series 6 and Series 7 Piper, it's the same figure. All right. Of course, you got Hot Rod right there. Of course, there's Bam Bam and Mr. Perfect that was part of that series, which we did a review on these figures also on the channel if you wish to go back and check that out if you are new to the channel. All right, and thank you for doing that. And of course, there's Piper and Hogan. All right. But all in all, once again, it's a good character. I like this character. Like I said, what draws me to this character, or this whole brand is, of course, there's that origin-based feel and look to these figures. All right. I love wrestling. As a kid, I used to watch wrestling all the time. But I will say that if this was not based on the Origins product, like we've been getting from Master Universe, I probably will not be collecting this line right now. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm being straightforward with you guys. I'm sorry to anyone who is a big wrestling collector, and I'm just being truthful here. This is an amazing brand. I love the detail, and it's the Origins-based style look and feel to these characters that I've grown to love for the Master Universe Origins line and Turtles Grayskull cartoon collection. That's what has drawn me to these figures here. Now, overall, okay, all right, Captain back up here. This line, we've been doing that end of the year best of series, on the channel here from 2024. My top 10, my top 5, my top 8, looking at the best of the Origins line vintage, Mattel Creations exclusives, CGI, Turtles of Grayskull, deluxe figures, Masterverse line. And I try not to be negative here on my channel here, and I mentioned this yesterday. But when it comes to this line, which I've mentioned before quite a bit, I can take a very laid-back approach into collecting. That's why I don't have a loose collection of this line here. I'm just an inbox collector only. This is a Walmart exclusive, by the way, if you are interested in this line. But when it comes to this line, I would say this is not the worst line. It's the most frustrating and the most challenging line of 2024. And in 2023, I think this line came out in 2023, okay? 2024 line was Series 9 from the get-go. Series 9 had the two Hogans, the Doink the Clown, and Andre the Giant. And it's been there since day one, since January. And it's still there, at least in my area. It's December. So that's the only line who has graced us at the Walmart, shelves. Who knows what's going to be moving forward in that line. But if I had to say, it's not the worst line. Okay, it's the more frustrating line. I try not to be negative with this, with any of these reviews, guys. But even me being a very casual collector, which I've mentioned on the channel about this particular line, because I could take my time getting this line, But even for me, I feel like I'm gonna be bound. Now I've got Series 8, Series 9, done in the collection. I have half of Series 10. I'm still looking for that Big Boss Man for that particular series, and then I only have the Rey Mysterio Jr. for Series 11. But they still move forward. They have Series 12, I think, with the Hart Foundation. And I think they just announced a new one with Jake the Snake Roberts. But this line is so frustrating, and it's not going to do with the figures themselves. Okay, it has to do with the distribution of this line here. The figures themselves are beautifully detailed. They're amazing. They have that same plug and play. You can pop the head off, you can pop the arms off, and I love their body types too. They're not have to be that He-Man-esque body types. They show the figures of the characters perfectly, but you still have the basic same, muscle arms like He-Man. You can pop from the waist, you can pop from the arm. So it's plug and play. You can customize these figures. Come up with some, really cool, figures in your collection. Have some crazy ideas, which I love. But as far as the line itself, the brand itself, the SuperStars line, it is one of the worst. Well, not the worst. I'm going to correct myself. One of the more challenging, one of the most frustrating lines to collect, even for me. All right. But that's all I have to say, guys. If I had to do my top 10 worst characters or figures of 2024, I would say SuperStars line. Not for the figures. The worst is their distribution and how they've been handled of all these years, since day one. But the funny thing is, being challenging, one of those things where, I don't look for it, but once I do see a new figure in the SuperStars line, I get excited. And of course, I buy it, and then I get my hopes up, for a new wave or new series of figures just for that series to be on the shelves for months on end, until like the end of the year or 6 months later, a new figure comes out. So, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure a lot of you don't even, collect this line, which I fully understand. Like I said, the only thing that draws me to this line is their origins-based style and look of these characters. The artwork was beautiful. I love their soft good, fabric clothing. They customized for these characters. That is a plus for me, as you know. So let me know in the comments below. I know, like I said, I know a lot of you don't even collect this line from Mattel. But let me know, if you tried collecting it, if you are a big wrestling collector, have you dabbled in this line at all as far as SuperStars line? Let me know. But as far as Captain Lou here, or Super Mario, I'm going to call him Super Mario. He's an amazing character. The detail looks great. I love his soft good clothing. I love his image of his t-shirt. I even like his little cross that he's wearing right there. And Piper, an iconic, legend. I think these are all legends. I think I'm safe to say these are probably all Hall of Famers. I know Hogan is for sure. Piper is. I think maybe Captain Lou and Vader is too. But no fault of the figure itself. Of these amazing figures, is the retail store that doesn't even put these out. In fact, for Vader and Captain Lou, they never showed up in my local Walmart at all. To this day, they never came by. Never came by. They never had them on their shelves. I had to get these two figures online, and I feel like that's where the brand is heading. Is now it's gonna be like an online exclusive figure to collect. All right, and not a retail in-store figure. All right. But there you go, guys. All right, and I'm probably going to be repeating myself quite a bit tomorrow on the Vader and Hogan, review. So I do want to let you guys know that. All right, but there you go, guys. There's a look at Captain Lou, Albano. I just call him Captain Lou or Super Mario. But there you go, guys. There's the old Mario or Captain Lou right there. An amazing figure. All right. And I hope this video does not deter you from not collecting this line. But this line, once you do find these figures, you can see the detail is amazing. The look is great. These are great, origins-based detail figures, which I do love to collect. I just wish they came out more frequently. All right. But there you go, everybody. There's a look at Captain Lou. All right. I'd like to take time, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. And of course, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope you guys are gonna be, Christmas just around the corner, and of course, New Year's is almost around the corner as well. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell. And of course, tomorrow we're gonna end the Series 7 with Vader and of course Hogan. Of course, Hogan was the Chase variant, but I'm gonna only show him with his normal look on tomorrow's reveal. So I hope everybody has a great Friday. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.